And one of the things I think about a lot, which I think is connected to enshittification in a lot of ways, is that when I first started working there and we thought we were making the world more open and connected and we were going to transform media, right? We were going to change the idea of who an authority was. You know, for the history of news, it was always like 5 old white guys who got to determine what the news was. And we're going to change that and we're going to democratize information. And it was like all this goosebumpy, you know, like, oh, it's about the people. And we're going to be empowered to share our voices. And my grandfather was a printer for the New York Times. And he was the head of the trade union and like a huge like workers' rights person and a huge like news guy. And I remember my grandfather being so proud of me and not really understanding it. And also he would ask me like, well, what's going to happen when we don't have newspapers anymore? And I would say, well, we'll still get news. It's just going to be different now. It'll just be, you know, it'll be digital and it'll be, you know, modern. And I didn't get it. And it took me years to realize that the reason that the internet feels like a civil war right now is because it is. So when you think about war and like a destabilized country, it's usually because some entity, usually the US, goes in, takes out some leader they don't like, and then there's an authority vacuum. That's what I think happened to the internet. I think Facebook got rid of this idea that we all love, this idea of taking away these gatekeepers of information. But now there is no truth. There's no arbiter of truth anymore. And so I think people start self-policing. And that's when I started, when that started to click for me, that's when I started to realize, oh, this wasn't even just about like ad revenue or the app becoming shitty because we had to please advertisers in Wall Street. It's like so much more than that. It's this ideological power grab.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like it's changed the way everybody interacts forever now. Like it's never going to go back to the way it was pre-Facebook.